Today on 15 on 15.
We have updated information about the current status of Zika on the island. Plus, find out how Aruba is sweeping the tourism award season. And meet the Utah freshman that made all 900 of his female schoolmates feel special on Valentine's Day. Thank you for joining us on another edition of 15 on 15 right here on channel 15A TV with Daniela Piazzi. Let's get started with our latest local news topics. Now we are back on the topic of Zika today. Last week, the first 4 imported cases of the virus were reported in Aruba, and now just a week later, much like countries around the globe, 7 more cases were brought to light, with 4 being contracted right here on the island. During a press conference on Tuesday afternoon, Aruba's Minister of Health, Alex Schwengel, announced the discovery of 7 more Zika virus cases on the island, from which 4 were locally contracted. From these cases, 3 are residents of the island and 1 is a Dutch tourist. It was only a matter of time for this virus to reach the island, considering Aruba's main source of income is tourism. Currently on our sister island Curaçao, there have been 35 cases reported within the past 2 weeks, and Bonaire announced their first case today. The Netherlands is also one of the 35 countries infected with a total of 24 cases. However, these cases were all contracted abroad, considering the Aedes aegypti mosquito is not present in the country. This is indeed different for Aruba because the mosquito is already present on the island, and now it has become public knowledge that there are species currently carrying this virus. At the moment, the island's tourism sector is a top priority. All hotels and surrounding areas are taking the necessary precautions to avoid the further spread of this virus. Prevention measures to be taken at home include using mosquito repellent once the sun goes down and eliminating any possible breeding places. Most important, if possible, especially for pregnant women, avoid traveling to any countries with high Zika rates. If this is completely necessary, please contact your house doctor for prevention methods. In other news this week, the fugitive Michelangelo Trinidad, also known as Yellow, was captured after a 3-month search on the island. Now that he is behind bars, authorities are deliberating if the detainee should serve his sentence here in Aruba or abroad. After a press conference with the Minister of Justice, Mr. Arthur Dowers, he discussed the process Michelangelo Trinidad must currently go through. The urban courts must now listen to his accusations and his statements to issue a sentence. But the question for this ministry still remains. Should this murderer serve his sentence in Aruba, or should he be sent abroad for security reasons? The authorities have also not discarded Yellow's accomplices, which hid him for the past several months. The urban police forces stated that they believe this was not an effort by just a couple of people, but by a majority of residents of the Savanita and San Nicolas area. This would explain how the fugitive constantly seemed to be tipped off on police searches. There have also been many posts on social media giving support to Yellow and demanding the police should release him. Nevertheless, this criminal will remain behind Aruban bars until his sentence is set. On another note, the Aruba Airport Authority has once again been shortlisted for the Routes Americas Marketing Award in under 4 million passenger category. Here are more details on this honor. The annual Routes Marketing Awards are widely regarded as the most valuable awards in the industry, as they are voted for and judged by the Airline Network Planning Committee. Airlines are instructed to vote for those organizations that provide the best overall marketing services to whether this relates to their particular relationship, effective results, provision of data and information, or innovative techniques to establish new or maintain and develop existing routes. Aruba Airport is shortlisted in the category for airports that process 4 million passengers a year, joined by Charleston International, Curaçao Hato International Airport, Cyril King Street, Thomas Airport, and Medellin City Airport, Colombia. The winners of the America's Routes Marketing Awards 2016 will be announced on February 18th at the America's Routes Conference in Puerto Rico. In other news, the Dutch retail chain V&D has announced that they will be closing their doors by the end of next month. Here is more on this story. V&D, historically known as Vroom and Dressman, is a Dutch chain of department stores founded in 1887. The department store sold, amongst other things, clothing, shoes, jewelry, cosmetics, books, home entertainment products, electronic goods, stationery, cards, posters, furniture, and homewares. Most branches also had a Laplace in-house restaurant, a travel agent, and an ATM. Larger branches also had a bakery. It was declared bankrupt on the 31st of December of 2015, although its branches were still in operation until February 2016. It was announced this week that the takeover negotiations had not led to an agreement, making a continued operation unlikely for the group, which has 62 department stores and some 65 Laplace restaurants nationwide. Requested court protection from its creditors a week ago because of its acute financial problems. The bankruptcy means all 10,300 workers have lost their jobs. Their salaries will be paid by the State Jobs Center into January. The company said in a statement last week, the group's shareholders and financiers was unfortunately no longer prepared to cover the shortage of liquidity to continue the existing financing. Earlier this year, V&D tried to reduce staff wages in an effort to get its finances back on track. That move was rejected in court. However, V&D did reduce its workforce by 400 jobs and forced its landlord to accept lower rents. We'll be back with more 15 on 15 after a quick commercial break. When we come back from the break, Aruba is excelling at tourism award shows around the world. Thank you for staying with us right here on Channel 15 ATV. It has been a wonderful year for the Aruban tourism sector. Over the past 12 months, the island has received a variety of awards for their green efforts, tourism practices, and marketing strategies. And today, during the Adrian Awards, Aruba took place first for their marketing efforts in the United States. Aruba is sweeping award season all over the globe and most decorated in the Caribbean. While Hollywood's hottest celebrities dazzle as lead actor or best new artist, Aruba stars as best in show for advertising and marketing this award season, with achievements ranging from the most digital savvy island in the Caribbean to the most sustainable destination in the world. Most recently, Aruba received a Platinum Adrian Award for its One Happy Selfie campaign in Chicago, honoring travel marketing excellence under the authority of the Hospitality Sales and Marketing Association International, One Happy Selfie, a social media-driven outdoor campaign targeting key Chicago market travelers. Was one of only 6 Platinum Awards in the advertising category, selected from more than 300 entries by a panel of industry judges. Also recognized with Silver Awards was Aruba's newest digital innovation, the Happiness Builder, a content-rich planning experience on Aruba.com where travelers can build and share their own custom video itinerary for more than 100 adventure, relaxing, romance, and culture videos. Furthermore, Caribbean & Co. reported Aruba's ranks number 1 of 35 Caribbean islands for overall destination marketing index in 2015, and number 1 of 10 Caribbean islands for Instagram, boasting double the numbers of its runner-up. Aruba's destination leadership in green energy also took first place on the global stage during the National Geographic Travel World Legacy Awards, the world's largest tourism convention. More than 150 award entries were received, representing 56 countries and 6 continents. Finalists in 5 categories were selected by an international team of 18 sustainable travel experts who conducted through on-site inspections before choosing the winners in each category. The global recognition continued with several digital engagement-driven TripAdvisor awards for the destination, beaches, restaurants, and properties, including Aruba's adult-only Bucuti and Tara Beach Resort as both number 8 hotel in the world and number 1 hotel in the Caribbean. Once again, the not-named Aruba, one of the world's top 50 honeymoon destinations based on editors' research and personal experiences. Now let's move on to international trending items on social media. During a leaders' summit in the United States, President Barack Obama gave his public opinion on Donald Trump as a presidential candidate. Check it out.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president. And the reason is because I have a lot of faith in the American people. And I think they recognize that being president is a serious job. It's not hosting a talk show or a reality show. It's not promotion. It's not marketing. It's hard. And a lot of people count on us getting it right. And it's not a matter of pandering and doing whatever will get you in the news on a given day. And sometimes it requires you making hard decisions even when people don't like it.
Mr. Trump responded by calling President Obama perhaps the worst president in U.S. history on Twitter Tuesday. In other trending news, during the Grammy Awards on Monday night, pop singer Taylor Swift fired back at Kanye West with their longtime feud during accepting her speech for Best Album of the Year. She set the record straight that her success is not accredited to anyone but herself and her team.
There are going to be people along the way who will try to undercut your success or take credit for your accomplishments or your fame. But if you just focus on the work and you don't let those people sidetrack you, someday when you get where you're going, you'll look around and you will know that it was you and the people who love you who put you there. And that will be the greatest feeling in the world.
You go, girl. We'll be back with more 15 on 15 after a quick commercial break. After the break, meet Godfrey, the Utah teen that made 900 girls his Valentine. Thank you for staying with us right here on Channel 15 ATV. To close today's show, I would like you guys to meet Hayden Godfrey, the Utah teen that made every girl in his school feel extra special this Valentine's Day. Our partners at NBC News have more on this story.
Valentine's Day as a teen can be tough.
All throughout middle school, I'd never really had a Valentine.
Hayden Godfrey knows it well as any, but more importantly, he noticed what it means for his female classmates.
I wanted to make as many people happy as possible. And this year, I was in a position where I could finally do that.
Thursday, this senior showed up to Skyview High School with 900 carnations, one for every girl.
It was way fun, and for the rest of the class, I just looked at the flower and smiled, and it was great. Yeah.
It wasn't cheap, 50 cents a piece. Godfrey saved money slowly over the past year and a half, planning for this day.
Godfrey didn't do any of this to win over a Valentine. He's already got one.
Personally, I've gone through a lot of Valentine's days, not getting something for Valentine's Day. And it really puts a damper on your day.
Lillian Sharp says she's grateful her boyfriend is thoughtful, but at the same time,
I've been kind of hanging around, like, he's mine. Sorry, he's taken.
the girls seem to understand too. It's the thought that matters.
Of course, he is taken, I know.
Dang it. Just kidding.
This little gesture seems to be going a long way.
I think it makes you feel special, for sure. Yeah.
I think it's very sweet. I've never seen something like that done before.
And it's brought Godfrey a huge wave of thanks in texts, emails, and on Facebook.
And a lot of girls were like, oh, I just needed this today, you know, I was going through a hard time, and it just helped me to know that someone was like thinking about me and that I'm like actually important and cared about.
To him, this is what Valentine's Day should be.
It's more about kindness for me. It's not lovey-dovey romantic stuff. It's just more trying to better society.
Now, isn't that adorable? Thank you so much for watching. These were your local news updates and trending Aruba topics. Be sure to like our 15 on 15 Facebook and Instagram page for all of your latest news updates. Also, don't forget to tune back in tomorrow night at 10:15 p.m. for more 15 on 15 right here on Channel 15 ATV. See ya then.